We are live in Studio B on a Friday with your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play. I'm Spencer Linton. To my left sits Jason Shepard. It is Jersey Day in Studio B. Joining us now and repping a different type of shirt, which we also love, is ESPN Play-by-Play specialist, friend of the program, Roxy Bernstein. Roxy, you look fantastic in that long-sleeve BYU Sports Nation T-shirt.
If it's free, Spence, it's for me.
We've got some more stuff for you for sure. Hey, Roxy, you know what? BYU Sports Nation's hurting a little bit this morning because they saw a 90+% chance of winning the game against Santa Clara with under a minute to play at the Levy Center last night, and then it kind of just blew up in BYU's face. Did that loss last night hurt BYU's pride or NCAA tournament more, in your opinion?
I think it hurt their pride more than their spot in the field right now. Just because they've done enough work to this point with some quality wins. Like, for example, the blowout win against Oregon looks better every day with Oregon playing better, even though the Ducks lost to Colorado on Tuesday. But I think they've done enough work. And so now, and they've also had to adjust, of course, playing without the two big guys, and they're doing it. But they also benefit, guys. I think for the league is really good this year. This is the best we've seen the WCC, and it's not just the four teams that are right now projected in the field by Joe Lunardi, but the bottom of the league is better. There are no gimmies anymore, and I think that's helped the quality and depth of the conference and why the league is perceived better.
Roxy, did anything change your opinion on where BYU ends up in the conference with the loss last night? Obviously, with St. Mary's coming back from 23 down to win that game, BYU still has to go to Moraga to play the Gales. Do you think they still end up in the number 2 spot, which is, it looked like they were destined for that? Do you think that's still the case?
I think it's going to be tough because I like the way St. Mary's is coming on now, and you alluded to the game last night. They stole one, right? They were down 38-15.
Sheesh.
And somehow they found a way to come back on the hilltop on the road in San Francisco and win. So that's a critical victory for them. They played better recently. I like the veteran experience that St. Mary's has. Now, BYU has the win over the Gales, and they still have to play Gonzaga as well. It's not going to be easy for anybody just to automatically walk to the second spot, but we know how critical getting that 2 seed is when you get to Orleans Arena in Vegas. You get the double bye. So this is going to be a challenge for both teams to finish strong. At this point, I think St. Mary's has a little bit more. And what concerns me about BYU is the lack of size. Yes, Foose Traore does a lot of things for you. But Matthias Toss is playing at such a high level for St. Mary's. He's a difficult matchup, I think, for BYU.
Yeah, for me, where it hurts the most, if we're talking positioning and resume, no, BYU is still a tournament team like you've talked about, Roxy, but man, it kind of feels like BYU losing at Santa Clara has now the Cougars pacing for that number 3 spot, and you got to play on Saturday instead of being able to wait until Monday, which stings. But we'll see how it plays out. As it pertains to a 4-bid conference, San Francisco losing last night, are you still buying the West Coast Conference as a 4-bid league for the NCAA tournament?
The eye test tells me that USF is a tournament team. So that would be the 4th in my eyes with BYU, St. Mary's, and certainly Gonzaga in the field. But USF's had 2 heartbreaking, just gut-wrenching losses. When you look at the loss to BYU that San Francisco had at home to the Cougars where, okay, BYU burped one up last night at Santa Clara. BYU also, I thought, stole that game from USF. Yeah. USF should be kicking themselves for losing that game to BYU. But so now the Dons, they can't get it back. They have some work to do. That was a really good road win for BYU. But USF right now is teetering, and that loss last night at home hurts a lot. They're going to have to beat somebody maybe along the way that they're not anticipated beating, whether that's going to the Marriott Center and winning, whether it's in Vegas knocking somebody off. I don't anticipate anybody beating Gonzaga from the league this year, just because I think they're that much better than everybody else. But they will still have some challenges, like going to the Marriott Center. The Zags also have to go to St. Mary's. But for USF, they still have a little bit of work to do. I wouldn't feel as good about my position if I'm Todd Golden right now as I do about it if I'm Mark Pope or Randy Bennett.
You mentioned Foose a second ago, and you've obviously had an opportunity to see him up close a couple of times, and his story is just phenomenal. And the fact that he's doing what he's doing when this was not expected to be his role at all, and he's excelling at it, certainly as the season goes on and in conference play. What do you like about his story and really what he brings on a team that you mentioned is starved for some size?
Well, look, he's only 6'6", right? But we've seen the wingspan and the physicality and the toughness that he brings. But what I love about his game is his energy and that no quit determination. He's always hustling. He's always looking to make plays. And the excitement, it just seems like it's infectious. And his teammates genuinely love playing with him. So that's the thing that really strikes me when I watch him play for BYU. And not just him, but you look at Atiki Atiki wasn't supposed to have a big role on this team either. You're expecting Baxter to have and Harward to have huge roles for BYU, but out of necessity, you never know when that opportunity is going to come. And I think Foose is probably a little bit more ready for it at this point than Atiki Atiki, but they're needed on this team out of necessity, and Mark Pope is going to give them opportunities because he needs them. And this team can't win without those two guys. But certainly what Foose has brought to the table has been welcome for this locker room, considering what they've had to deal with.
Roxy Bernstein, dual threat play-by-play guy for ESPN, does both college basketball and college football, does fantastic work for the Pac-12 network as well. Let's segue to football before we say goodbye to you, Roxy. BYU now becoming a member of the Big 12, and that happens in 2023, leaving one more season of independence with a few more Pac-12 teams. But as far as it goes from 2023 on, what do you see BYU's future with the Pac-12 in football being like in terms of scheduling when BYU's playing 8 or 9 conference games in the Big 12?
That's the tough thing is, okay, how many conference games are both going to be playing? Will the Pac-12 drop from 9? Will they go to an 8-game league schedule? That could open opportunities for BYU to continue some of these regional series. Certainly everybody wants to see the rivalry with Utah continue. I think it's great for everybody. But you're going to have limitations on it when you go into a conference. Right now, you're playing 12 games and you have a slate basically to schedule who you want until you go into the Big 12. That's going to change. And some of these great games with USC we've seen over the years, Cal, Stanford, Washington, you're not going to be able to have that flexibility anymore, and especially if you want to keep that rivalry with Utah. There's going to be challenges for Tom Holmoe and everybody to navigate through to keep those regional rivalries going, but I think everybody really wants to see that Utah game still stay on the schedule.
Since you mentioned Cal, I'd love to get your thoughts on Chris Brooks, the running back that is now with Kalani Sitake in the BYU football program. What can you tell our listeners and viewers about Chris?
I was a big Christopher Brooks fan when he was at Cal, formerly Christopher Brown as well. Then he changed his name to honor his mom. But Christopher Brooks is a tough, physical runner. He is quicker than you think he is when you look at him because he's got a big frame. And the other thing that I really like about his game is his versatility. Yes, he can run between the tackles. He's really good in pass protection as well as catching the ball out of the backfield. So he's not just, okay, pound and ground and 4 or 5 yards a carry and just chewing up the defense. He can also do some things that hurt you on the outside. So I like the versatility that BYU will be getting with Christopher Brooks transferring there. I think he's going to have an impact, certainly, with the BYU offense because of his versatility.
Well, I can't wait to see him run behind BYU's very experienced and talented offensive line. Roxy, before you go, I need to ask, can you confirm, along with UCLA, that Justin Wilcox is still the head football coach at Cal?
Oh, boy. Was it PFF College that tweeted that out?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Well, look, we know he turned down the Oregon job, so that wasn't going to happen. People were skeptical. Was Chip Kelly going to sign that extension? But I can confirm that Justin Wilcox is the head coach of the #1 public university in the world, the University of California at Berkeley.
Yes.
No matter what Bill Walton says, I deal in fact.
What does Bill deal in?
That's a very good question. I don't think we want to know the answer to that.
Oh, my goodness. Has there ever been a greater question than that?
By the way, you got your Bengals and your Chiefs. Nobody has a Tom Holmoe 49ers jersey. What's up with that?
We need that. This is a great point you bring up,
Somebody's
Roxy.
got to break that out.
Yeah, we've asked him about
He's
that.
the Super Bowl champion.
Can we get one of those? We're also waiting for a Steve Young Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey as well. So we need to get both of those things in studio.
Only if it's the creamsicle color.
Yes, the
that's the
creamsicle
one.
for sure.
Yes, it has to be.
Hey, Roxy,
Yes,
thanks for hanging out with us. We know how busy you are. We look forward to your calls this weekend. Enjoy those, and we'll talk again soon.
Anytime, fellas. Good to catch up with you.
Roxy Bernstein, favorite of BYU Sports Nation, rocking the BYUSN swag. As he said, if it's free, it's for me.